Young People Support. I'm Shane Stikeleather.
And I'm Nicole Williams. Today on YPR, we'll take you to a local lake where some kids are riding the waves with style. And we'll visit a local girl who may have a future in professional bowling.
We'll also talk to some kids who are spending their free time on a golf course and visit a place right here in mid-Michigan where you can see some stars. But first, we're here at NHL Skate in Birch Run, where you can come out and enjoy a day on the ice, no matter what time of year it is. If you've never been on the ice before, don't worry. As Benjamin Skutt found out, this place takes care of beginners. He has our story.
Ice skating. It's a very popular activity. You can use your skating skills to glide gracefully around the rink or to play a game of hockey. Well, where do you learn these skills? You can do it the hard way and just strap on a pair of skates and hit the ice, literally. Or you can get a few tips from someone who knows what they're talking about.
By taking lessons, they learn the proper basics to skating. Once you've learned those basics and you've learned them properly, skating's very simple. The first thing we're going to learn to do is to fall down and get up properly, and then we'll learn some little steps. Okay, we're going to fall down.
All right, so I'm falling down now.
Yeah, just like that. And now we're going to get up onto our knees like this.
Right.
Very good. And then you're going to put your right foot first.
Right foot.
Yeah.
This one.
Right. And now we're going to put the left foot.
Right.
And now you're going to push yourself up. Very good. The next step, just to pick your feet up, right underneath you, little teeny steps. Arms out, head up. You don't want to look down at your feet.
All right.
Just pick your feet up, little teeny step. Now we want to try to move just a little bit, okay? We're going to go across the ice doing little teeny steps.
All right.
Very good. Good. Let's try and do a little stop. You're just going to slide your foot forward.
Okay.
That's called a snowplow stop. We want to learn to do some swizzles, or some people call them fishies. You're going to bend your knees.
Oops.
And the whole idea is to go like a duck and then do a pigeon toe. They're very easy to do. And what it looks like when it's all together is just forwards, forwards, forwards. Want to try that?
Sure.
Now what we want to try to do is backward wiggles. And backward wiggles are like doing the twist. Can you do the twist?
Yeah.
Except this time you go backwards. So let's do the backward twist.
All right.
Bend your knees and twist.
Now this is one of the fun ones.
Now let's try the backward swizzle. This time, what you do is you're going to have your feet in a pigeon toe position, and it's the reverse. Pigeon toe, out, duck.
Like this?
Pigeon toe, out, duck. We're going to skate to the red line, and we're going to glide on 2 feet, keeping perfectly still. Okay, let's try that. Let's just do our little steps like we were doing earlier, and glide on 2 feet. Let's glide on 2 feet, let's bend our knees, and let's stop. All right, give me 5. Yeah, great job.
Well, I may not be ready to skate professionally, but I think I'm doing pretty good. For the NHL Skate in Birch Run, this is Benjamin Skutt, reporting for YPR.
If you'd like to take your own lessons, check with your local rink for availability or call NHL Skate at area code 517-624-5204.
Once you've learned to skate, you can get involved in a sport like hockey. If you like the sport but not the ice, David Halloran found the perfect place for you. He explains.
A couple of years ago, these kids would have been playing on the street. But street hockey has moved indoors to the roller rink, and that move has some advantages.
I feel it's better than street hockey because the rules are enforced. Like in street hockey, you can just go up and check them.
In street hockey, there's no rules that when you play by yourself with just other kids. There's no rules. In this, there's rules, so you get penalized.
Hockey coordinator Mark Belko says that the real keys to the program are team spirit and having fun.
Well, the thing here we try to stress is fun for the kids. There's no pressure on winning. We emphasize through our coaches that it's a chance to learn the basic skills of hockey and coming together as a team and building friendships and that sort of thing. And that's what we're all about here.
I think the kids really get a kick out of playing indoor hockey because that, it gives them something to do during the week. It gives the kids an outlet, a chance to burn off some of that steam.
The game is played on a hardwood floor, and while the pucks are the same size, the roller hockey puck is lighter. Otherwise, the games are very similar.
It's a lot like the passing, even the skating. You know, you're on wheels here, obviously, but you still skate, and you got to make the passes, and you got to keep your head up, or you're going to get plowed over. So a lot of the same things carry right over here to roller hockey.
The kids all agreed on some things.
Ice, basically you can get hurt worse because they like check you up against the boards, and in here, if you check them up against the boards, it'd be a penalty.
Ice hockey has a lot of checking, and this one, you're not allowed to check.
Of course, there are other reasons to prefer roller hockey. A lot of kids play here of all ages, and a lot of people don't know how to play ice hockey, so they rather do this.
On ice, it's more slippery on your skates, but when you're on the floor with rollerblades, you have more grip on your tires.
I can't skate on ice, so I like this better. It's easier. It's more fun.
I'm not a very good ice skater, and I like this better because most of my friends play in it, and we're all on the same team and stuff.
Equipment-wise, all you need to do is bring a helmet and skates. We supply the shin guards, elbow pads, and other basic equipment that you need, even a stick.
Whether you need a good way to use your inline skates or you're just looking for a fun new sport, roller hockey may be the thing for you. From the Roll Arena in Midland, I'm David Halloran reporting for YPR.
If you would like to get involved, check with a roller rink in your area. If they don't already have a program, you can suggest that they start one.
We have to take a break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at how 2 different groups of kids are staying active this summer.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm Katie Press, one of the reporters for Young People's Report. People are always asking why we don't come to their school or their house or do a story on their team. The answer is that we need your help to tell us when you belong in our show. If your school, your team, or someone you know makes a good story for YPR, let us know about it, either by mail, phone, fax, or email. If we like your story idea, we'll set it up for a future show. So get involved by getting in touch with us. You could be our next story here on Young People's Report.
When you think of golf, you probably think of old men wearing funny pants, right? Well, not anymore. It's a sport that's quickly gaining a strong following. And as Angel Woolcock reports, many kids are joining in. He has our story.
Each summer, you can find almost 1,800 kids on the golf courses of Flint. They're all members of the Flint Junior Golf Association, the largest group of its type in the world.
It's a good program, and the kids can have some fun, and that was our major goal all along. Let kids be kids and let them have fun, and golf's something that people play and well into their senior years.
On Mondays, the future PGA and LPGA golfers descend on 25 different courses to practice their game. But that's not all they learn.
I think it teaches them a lot of things. Patience, just in general how to act, and a lot of social values. They create a lot of friendships out here as well that last for years and years.
It's helped me. I've made friends in golf, and I've learned to compete better, and I've learned sportsmanship. I want to be like Greg Norman because he's a good golfer and I like him. Hope to go on the PGA Tour and win a lot of tournaments like the Masters, and then I want to be better than Jack Nicklaus.
While John may be the next Jack Nicklaus or Greg Norman, many of these kids are just out for the fun of it.
Kind of it is.
Okay, you can stop now.
Everybody says I'm pretty good at it, so I like to do it.
I get a lot of calls at the first of the year. My son or daughter has never played golf before, and this is still the place for them to start. We have children of all abilities playing the game here. Many of them have never played before. We provide opportunities for them to get lessons, and we keep trying to improve that. And again, they're learning the game as they're playing, and that's basically how everybody learns. You learn by doing things and improving.
While the Buick Open may be a few years off for these kids, they're definitely on the right track. From the Swartz Creek Golf Course in Flint, I'm Andrew Woolcock reporting for YPR.
With the warm weather we'll get this summer, you might want to spend some time in a pool or lake. However, one group of local kids is doing more than just splashing around in the water. They're learning how to dance on the waves. Bree Lerner explains.
Every Tuesday throughout the summer, you can find some of the best water skiers in Michigan, right here at Silver Lake in Fenton.
Anybody that's in the opener that's going to be in this act to move very fast to get to it. The first boat is Don. They started because kids wanted to do some tournament skiing and show skiing, and that's worked real good. We've been doing shoe skiing now for about 20 years, and we've been the #1 team in the state now for all but one of those years. So the kids just have a lot of fun out here skiing and learning the different acts they can get in.
I started when I was about 7. We live on a lake, and my dad took me out and started from there.
One of my favorite things to do is skiing, and it's just, you get to learn a lot of new things.
The club practices 3 or 4 times a week throughout the summer to prepare for Tuesday evening shows and annual competition. Competitions they have won 13 of the last 14 years.
And they start out with, we have flag line and barefooting and jumping and slalom skiing and what we call doubles, which is kind of like ice skating where a woman or a girl is on a guy's shoulder and they do different moves. So we have a total of 14 different kinds of acts the kids are out here doing.
I like it. It's fun to ski, and you get to be in front of a lot of people.
The people I ski with, they're really fun to be with, and you just can laugh with them, and sometimes they can be a pain, but you always end up having fun with them anyway.
It's a lot of fun. It's you learn a lot of stuff, and you become a better team player in person, and it's a good experience.
If you want to get involved, call the ski club at 629-5225. From Silver Lake in Fenton, I'm Bree Lerner, reporting for YPR.
We have to take another break, but when we come back, we'll talk to a boy who is spending a summer working for the family business.
Don't go away.
Summer, kids will be involved in a lot of summer activities. Some will even pick up a summer job, like babysitting or a paper route. Shelby Johnson spent some time with a boy in Frankenmuth who has more than a part-time job. He's working for the family business.
Nestled in a small town of Frankenmuth, there's a restaurant where you can find people from all over the country. It may be a great place to eat, but what is it like to be a kid working behind the scenes?
I like working here a lot because a lot of people I know here, and we always joke around, and they treat me just like they do everyone else. Normally I get most of the harder jobs.
This is Woody Keller. His grandfather opened the Bavarian Inn in 1959, and since then it has been a family-run business.
My grandma, she kind of runs the kitchen. A lot of my older cousins work here, and they're normally waiters and waitresses.
Woody may be the youngest working family member, but he's also one of the busiest.
Normally I come in, I go to my grandma's office. She normally tells me what I'm supposed to do. I normally trim chicken, or sometimes I fill jelly jars for bread baskets and stuff like that.
With over 600 employees, this place can really get busy. We asked Woody to show us around, and our tour started with chicken processing.
This is the cooler where we store the chicken after it comes in. We get about 8,000 chicken delivered each week. We start by boiling them until they're cooked through. After that, we quick chill them and then cut them into 10 pieces with a saw. A machine is used to coat and bread them. The chicken goes back into the cooler, and just before it's served, it's deep fried to make it hot and crispy. Some pieces, usually dark meat, are set aside to be cut up for dressing and sandwich meat. This is one of my jobs here. I trim the meat off the chicken pieces for dressing. Grab a piece of chicken, and then you find where most of the meat is, and then you just kind of like cut into big chunks of meat, and then put it in there. Then once you're done, roast the meat, stick the bones in there. Then you do it again. Yeah. I normally like eating the legs because it's the only part of the chicken that I can eat with my hands, because I don't like cutting up the meat because it takes a lot longer. I like picking up stuff with my hands.
The end result of all this hard work is a delicious meal that over 1 million people each year enjoy. From the Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth, I'm Shelby Johnson reporting for YPR. Woody is busy working at the Bavarian Inn, but if you could choose any job, what would you like to do? That's the question we asked some local kids in our YPR Question of the Week.
I like to be a teacher because I love kids and I like to help people.
I would like to be a doctor because I can help more people in the community and save people from dying.
I will be a cook because I like cooking and eating some stuff.
I would like to play in the NBA because I love basketball. I would like to be the first black president so that people could see how it feels to have a black president.
I would like to be a teacher because I like teaching kids and I like to see people get an education. I would like to work at the Humane Society because I love my animals and I'd like to work with them.
I would like to be an artist because I like drawing. I would hope to be a dancer and a singer because it is becoming to be a hobby to me.
I would like to be an engineer because I like building things. I would like to be a pediatrician because I like to help people.
I would want to be an NFL player because I like playing football.
I would want to be a police officer because I get to run around, chase bad guys, and get a gun. I would like to be a doctor and travel to Africa so all the people down there aren't skinny and stuff.
I would like to be a teacher because I like to help people and I like to do a lot of things with kids.
I would be a psychiatrist because some people need to express their feelings and I have them express their feelings to me. If you have a suggestion for Question of the Week or a story idea for YPR, drop us a line. The best way is to write us a note and send it to Young People's Report, NBC 25, P.O. Box 250, Clio, Michigan 48420. You can also send us a fax or email us. You never know, you could be our next story.
We have to take another break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at a place where we can see the stars and visit a local girl who's trying to become one.
Don't go away. See the stars, you can go to Hollywood or just look up in the sky. But if you want to take a closer look and find out more about them, you might want to go to Bay City. Brent Augustine explains.
The best way to find stars in Bay City is in this brightly colored building. It was built with the help of NASA and it is run by Delta College. It's called a planetarium. And that's where you can see stars, planets, comets, and even constellations.
I like it and I think it's really cool because it's big and I haven't really had a planetarium in my town before. It's important to have a planetarium because when you have a planetarium, people learn more about the stars.
Gary Beckstrom, the show manager, calls the shows edutainment.
Since this is part of Delta College, we're supposed to be
educating people, right? Telling them about the nighttime sky. But at the same time, do you think you'd come back here if it wasn't fun and entertaining?
No.
So if you put entertainment and education together, you get the word edutainment.
One of the shows for kids is called Space Pirates, where two pirates try to steal the constellations, but a couple of kids make them put them back.
Fire!
Yay! We put Orion back!
Most of the kids we spoke to agreed on their favorite part of the show.
When they had the stars moving all around all over the place was pretty cool. It was like a 3D type thing, and I've never seen something like that before.
When we go through the stars, it seemed like a little roller coaster, a little 3D type like.
But the kids also learned something.
I learned that there's the Milky Way was made up of a lot of different stars, like sort of fainted stars.
I learned that there was a lot of pictures up in the sky that I never even saw before, so I thought it was pretty cool.
This planetarium has some very special equipment.
This is a digital computerized planetarium, and that makes it different. We've got basically a TV tube that projects the stars overhead, and the entire planetarium is automated. We've got 4 computers that operate everything, that makes everything all happen at the same time, along with the soundtrack.
The planetarium also has some very high-tech audio equipment, including a 12,000-watt stereo system. That's more than 100 times more powerful than most people have at home. So with a little imagination and the help of some very special equipment, you can go flying through the stars and even learn something in the process. From the Delta College Planetarium and Learning Center in Bay City, I am Brent Augustine reporting for YPR.
If you would like more information on the planetarium and its programs, you can call area code 517-667-2260.
In our next story, we have a girl in Bay City who's trying to be a star of a different kind. Pete Travis met up with her in her universe, the bowling alley. He has our story.
She started bowling when she was 4 years old.
My mom would take me around because my sister had ballet lessons, and we found a bowling alley, and I was thinking we could go there. So,
for those of you who don't know her, Carolyn Binder may be easy to overlook as just another 11-year-old bowler. But when you take into account she has bowled 3 500 series and is first in her league in just about every category, the competition quickly discovers she is not just another pin to knock down.
Just her potential is better than other kids, and her love for the game and excels better because of it.
when I was about 8 or 9, I belonged to the Bantams League here at Bay Lanes. I wasn't very good because I had just started, and I was not used to no bumpers, and I had about a 40 average. And about the few years that I've bowled in league, my average has gone from a 40 to a 137. I've been dreaming about going to the PBA since I've been bowling. The strategy I use is stay aggressive. Don't ever let up if you're doing bad. Just keep going. Try to improve what you're trying to do.
I think that she's gained a lot of respect from her peers, and that's a lot of fun because you can always be the one to show somebody how to do, like she can show her friends how to bowl. They had a class bowl-a-thon, and she kind of was the star of the bowl-a-thon as far as people were looking to her for advice. And I think that's good for her self-esteem and being able to kind of strut her stuff.
Although it's a lot of hard work and practice, to Carolyn, it's also a lot of fun. From Bay Lanes in Bay City, I'm Pete Travis reporting for YPR.
That's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great weekend.
If you would like to get involved, check with a roller rink in your area. If they don't already have a program, you ski.
When you think of golf, you probably Yeah. But when we come back, we'll talk. That's it. We'll talk to I know I keep screwing up. It's always my fault. Blame it on me.